Akasan's Honest Reactions. I am Akasan, and I got a message late last night as I was finishing like 7 goddamn videos. I believe it was some of the same name, Surreal 469. Alright. For Surreal 469, message to the Reactorverse. The Reactorverse, okay? Which apparently is the world we live in. Which is only a part of the multiverse that apparently is the Magnaverse, which is even just a fragment of the dreaded Nationverse. So I'm gonna just stop. Anyways, he has a message for the Reactorverse, and since I'm always interested in reactors and what we're doing and how we're getting together, I would like to see what he has to say. By the way, I'd like to see more females reacting to this kind of stuff. Like, now, have you ever seen that one girl, like comment girl on YouTube or whatever, like reply girl? I think she's the reply girl, and she just replies to just everything on YouTube without any knowledge of whatever she's talking about, and basically she gets crazy hits because we're all just staring at her chest. It's weird. But she's not really that hot either. It's really weird. Reply girl. Anyways, the point is, I would like some very intelligent women to really jump into this and come play with the boys. You know, I'm a very big advocate of strong female, like when I play games on Final Fantasy, all that, I always pick the women. Like, I've always enjoyed that. Batgirl, Cassandra Cain, loved her as Batgirl. She was fucking dope. I like broken things too. Broken characters. Alright, sorry, I started trailing off. Let's see what Surreal 469 has to say to the ambassador of Reactor Goodwill.
Hey there.
Hi.
I am Surreal 469, and this is going to be different than any of the videos that I usually make on my channel, but it does still have to do with my YouTube channel and YouTube in general. This is a message to all the reactors on YouTube, all the reviewers, all the critics on YouTube.
Say my name.
Doesn't matter how big your fan base is, doesn't matter how many subscribers you have, from millions to thousands to hundreds to dozens to 2. This is a message to all of you.
2.
Recently I've gotten, not recently, yesterday in fact, I had not 1 but 2 strikes levied against me from YouTube.
Fuck! Why?
For reactions and reviews that I did in December. And I've had various other copyright notices over the past few months since I started doing this in December, and it's come to my attention that the way YouTube figures out copyright notices, infringements, levies those against account owners is through a content ID system that doesn't understand context and doesn't understand fair use. YouTube, for its part, seems to, at least for a while, it seemed to not be targeting the big guys, but as I am noticing recently, after doing a little bit more digging, it has come across some of your channels as well. I recently saw a video with Akasan discussing his copyright strike that he's got.
You're damn right. Say my name.
The copyright school that he watched.
You're
I watched
goddamn
that
right.
as well.
Fuck, I hate that shit.
The reason why I've come to you reactors is because this is clearly not right. And I'm asking all reactors out there, big and small, to come together to come up with a united front, with a show of solidarity to YouTube and to the big corporate owners who are throwing about these copyright notices left and right because of an algorithm that can't pick up fair use, that can't understand what fair use is. I'm not asking for wartime march to YouTube or big boycott of big businesses or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is us coming together and going to YouTube and going to big corporations, big media corporations, movie studios, music studios, etc., that we react to, that we review, well within the limits of the law, and having a discussion with them about fair use, about this algorithm that's used, and about trying to set up a system that's fair for everybody. I believe that one person, one reactor, going to them, saying something to them probably isn't enough. I've seen what Nintendo did with Angry Joe after getting the levies, the notices levied against me, and looking into it a little bit more. I saw what they did to him, and it wasn't fair. I'm in the middle of what they're doing to me, and it's not fair. And I'm sure that if any of you out there have gotten multiple notices or even strikes against you, you understand how unfair that is. We need to show YouTube and these corporations that what we do isn't out of malice, even if we dislike the work, even if we hate, let's say we hate a song and we're ripping it to shreds, or we hate an artist and we're ripping it to shreds. It's not out of malice necessarily. What we're doing is critiquing, is criticizing. It's something that's been done for decades and decades and centuries before. It's just on a different platform now. You know, instead of in a paper or on the radio or on television.
Or on a stone on a wall. Caveman. He did say centuries and centuries.
Someone writing down their thoughts after listening to something or watching something multiple times. Reactors like us get to point out our reactions to it, our points of view, our critiques of the work in real time. And that's just where the beast is going. Unfortunately, as technology's moving forward, corporations and some part of technology is also keeping it from moving forward. And so this is me reaching out to all the big names. Akasan, Tyro Magnus, Real Rejects, Captain Sparkles, League of Super Critics,
Captain Sparkles?
I left out the
best name ever.
4 critics, which is, I think I named right off 3 or 4 of them already. There are many critics who I don't know yet. Pushing Up Roses, JonTron. Doesn't matter what kind of what you react to. Doesn't matter if you react to internet videos, if you react to movies. Music,
I like how my name was first, though. I do appreciate that.
Any of that stuff. I am asking you to throw your 2 cents in, throw your hat into the ring, throw some suggestions out there. Let's spitball.
I am asking your video to start loading.
Let's figure something out.
Load more.
Whether it's a United video,
it's gonna stop.
We actually try to get in contact with YouTube, whether we try to get in contact with the big corporations.
Oh, it's okay. Ah, there it goes. And you know, the sad part is he had this video on 1080. Why? I don't understand. Maybe because of where the base of where it's broadcasting from. There's only 8 views. God damn it. I had it and like, but I don't like I don't like downloading the videos because it just takes so long to download them, and it's not. Yeah, well, his video is busted. Like, it straight said, an error occurred, please try again later. Like, his video is straight busted. Alright, well, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to download it and get back. Time Warp! I swear to God, I bet you it was probably the man trying to shut Surreal 469 down. That's what the fuck's going on. He's trying to speak on some truth here. Trying to get the people together. The man's shutting him down. It's alright. Here we go.
I'm asking you to throw your 2 cents in. Throw your hat into the ring.
Okay.
Throw some suggestions out there. Let's spitball. Let's brainstorm. Let's figure something out. Whether it's a United video, whether we actually try to get in contact with YouTube, whether
let's all hold hands
with the big corporations who are levying these notices, or some combination of the above. I feel that a united Reactorverse, or a combined unit,
Reactor League Unlimited
has, with the combined power of our voices. There you go. See, I'm sober for this one. I usually drink. I'm sober for this one, so bear with me. Our combined voices together saying
dun, dun,
a semi-united message of, hey, listen, let's talk this thing out. Let's figure out what's fair as far as copyright is concerned for all parties involved when it comes to reacting and reviewing. Because as it stands now, a couple years ago was too far one way, in which copyright holders weren't necessarily getting paid or notified or anything like that, and they had to do all the hunting themselves. And now it's gone too far the other way, in which the reviewers and reactors are getting a bit of the shaft. So I think with all of us together, big, smaller, and different, I don't care if you've got millions, hundreds of thousands,
and millions,
hundreds, dozens, or just 2 subscribers, you and your mama. Come together.
My mom's not subscribed to my channel.
I recently started a Twitter account called Reactorverse. Go ahead and check that out. Reactorverse is the name
Go
of
ahead.
it.
I allow it.
This is going to be an open space where we can all kind of talk with each other. If you have better open spaces where we can talk, that's great. If you want to start a YouTube channel or something.
Not my house. My place is small as fuck.
It's at the very early stages at this point. At this point, all I'm really trying to do is get us all together to try to figure something out to bring a cohesive, unified message to YouTube that reactors count. The reaction landscape.
I didn't mean to laugh, but it sounded funny.
The community is huge. Huge.
It is.
Huge. There are literally millions of views. There are people with millions of subscribers. There's money to be made in reacting. There's money to be made in having somebody watch a reaction for your product, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
There's some we can all get a piece of this reaction pie, and unfortunately right now the reactors, I feel, if it continues down this trajectory, are going to be really cut out of the equation and make it so that it's not viable anymore, at least not on YouTube. I know some that have gone to different channels, different websites. I know I started a channel on Daily Motion. Some have gone to Flip. Some gone to Vimeo. Like, there's a couple of different places that other people have gone to, but YouTube is the big stage. YouTube is where you get the most attention. YouTube is where you can pick up the biggest audience because it's the biggest name in town. So, my message to you, again, is for all of us to come together. Tweet me at Reactorverse on Twitter. Hopefully we can get everybody supporting all this, or at least some big names in on this, because we're all affected. Doesn't matter your fan base. We're all affected. So please give that a shout out. Please share this video with other reactors. This is really a reactor specified video. You can spread it to as many people as you want to, but specifically we're looking for reactors on this. That's all I got to say. No tag out, no silly graphic or anything like that. Just tweet at Reactorverse, and let's see if we can make a bit of a difference here.
Alright, there you go. So, that was Surreal 469. I was wondering about this because he has a very, like, when he messaged me, it showed that he only had 2 people subscribed to him, and the video only had 0 views or whatever, and now it has 8 views. I'm sure it's gonna get thousands and thousands more after I react to this and you see me reacting to it. I'm joking, of course. And I tried to be funny. It was kind of funny during watching this, but he makes very, very good points, and I'm very curious why he got 2 copyright strikes for something in December and shit. Like, you know, and then Danny at Trailer Reactions, he got a cease and a takedown notice from Universal for the Fast and Furious Paul Walker tribute thing, which if he had left it up for too long, he would have gotten that copyright strike or something like that. I don't know. Like, I mean, here's my thing on the copyright strikes. Alright, I don't mind when studios like Universal and specifically WB, specifically almost everything via Warner Brothers that goes up. No, basically anything Warner Brothers that goes up, I get a notice from them like immediately after, and it's not a bad notice. I mean, it'd be nice if I got paid for those videos that I'm actually putting, especially the Mad Max ones, because I think I'm quite enthusiastic about the product. But I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. It's no big deal. They say, look, you can't monetize your video. This is our property. Hey, it's cool. I'm fine with that. The only thing for me as a reviewer or as a reactor, it just makes me less anxious to go out and react to something. Like, I'm not in a big of a hurry as I would be with Marvel products, because the Marvel's been the biggest supporter of what we do, and you've noticed that. You probably have noticed that with a lot of the reactors. Like, every time Marvel release something, all of us are like, we literally stop what we're doing because we know everybody wants to see it. But at the same time, it's because we get the less stress. We get the least stress. We don't get any stress from Marvel, and they're actually very good about letting you know when they're gonna release something, when to get ready, because they know how this works, okay? Universal, same, I get takedown notices, or not takedown, but I just get monetized stuff. Sometimes it gets blocked in other countries, and I'm fine with that kind of stuff, because, well, it's not a big deal, because it just makes me less interested to react to certain properties, because I know, you know, the more I put into it, or the more effort, it really doesn't matter, because it's actually not much coming back. A big one coming up right now, as we all know, I've been talking about forever. Batman versus Superman, that's coming up. And I know that one, you know, the only benefit out of that one, hopefully, they let me keep the video up, and they probably will. They'll let me keep the video up, but I won't be seeing anything out of that one. So I do have to think about that sometimes. You know, I've had months and months of time to think about what the intro's going to be, and what kind of like I really want to do something special, but at the same time, you know, as a business decision, I also have to think how much energy, how much money, how much of my own time and money do I want to put into a video that I'm not going to see anything coming back from. The only thing I would see would be people that are interested, a new audience, basically, hopefully getting new subscribers, like I do every time I do an Avengers trailer. I get a fuckload of new subscribers. The last one, the Avengers, the big one, that one, I got so many. So I understand this, and so again, watch Star Wars, the next Star Wars trailer, that's Disney, all around Disney World, Marvel, so they're gonna be cool as shit with that, and I understand why us as reactors were gonna be more interested to get hyped around that, because they know how this world, how it works. They're hip to this shit, where others are not. What I don't like is, like what he's talking about, Surreal is talking about, is with my most recent situation, fucking Gillette. You know, they have no idea. I can almost guarantee they have no idea about the video I did. They have no idea that I was really excited about it, and they have no idea that I actually use Gillette. I actually own it, and I talked about that because it really helps for shaving for me out here, living out here in Japan, because it's a vibrating razor. But they have no idea that I actually really like their products. All they're following is the content ID match, and they saw that the audio, content ID picked up the audio from the commercial that I played, and then they automatically just took down the video. They dropped the video and hit me with a copyright strike, which disables my live streaming and it's fucking annoying. It's very frustrating because it's almost more insulting in the fact that I'm like this little speck that they didn't even know existed, but they do something so detrimental to my channel and so serious to, in a sense, my livelihood, in a sense, but they have no idea what that does, So that's what's more insulting, if anything. So certainly this is a big issue about fair use and how it can be worked around. The Angry Joe thing, I don't really want to get into that so much because basically there is a very good video out there that kind of explains about Angry Joe, if he's like the dumbest person to have even made that video or the most clever one. But in the end, they basically just summed it up as he's just doing it to stay relevant. Like, look, he already knew that Nintendo was going to take that shit down. And especially, it's not even like he got a copyright strike. He he can't monetize that video. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, okay. If I did that shit for every time Universal or Warner Brothers or like Batman and Superman, well, I hope you don't like, I hope you enjoyed that free ad revenue for your movie. Like, yeah, okay, so like Warner Brothers really cares about what video I make for Batman versus Superman. Or do they? Anyways, you guys get my point about the Angry Joe thing. Anyways, I understand what this dude is saying, and I think this reminds me so much of the whole thing about file sharing and music industry, and that's the problem. Like, he's absolutely right. One person isn't going to make a big difference. Angry Joe isn't really making a big difference so far, and that shit's a whole nother thing, because Nintendo also has a whole program. But I think, I don't know, I think the only suggestion comes to mind for me is the fact that it sometimes takes a studio to lead by example, basically, because then all the other studios, once one company does something good, everybody else copies it, okay? So, case in point, Marvel took a risk, fuck the whole movie world with their movies, got Avengers, changed the entire game. Sony made the Spider-Man universe. They tried to, anyways. Maybe they're still doing it. Shit. Fox is doing more. Like, everybody's trying to do the same thing that Marvel is doing. Let's not even get into Warner Brothers with what they're doing, Justice League and all that. Everybody's trying to have that same success. So, in my opinion, I think sometimes that's what it takes. Is it's gonna take maybe like a company like Marvel, who's been cool as fuck with us reactors, supporting us in a sense, and showing that they show how good it actually pushes their product. And I've said this before with some of Adik the One's compilation videos. There's one that he did, I think, with Daredevil, which was just so good that I told him, these compilations with the reactors and all this is the kind of shit that I swear to God board members are using as almost like test footage, basically. Like, they don't have, you know, back in the days, there used to be things, and maybe still, I used to get paid like $50 to go look at, like, to do surveys and answer questions and all this other shit, right? And that's basically what this is. This is almost like kind of free surveying sometimes. It depends on your monetization and all that. But that's exactly what this shit is. It's like you're showing, in a sense, you're showing this stuff to a test audience, and you're getting the reactions from a test audience to gauge, you know, what you're going to like and all that, like how the audience responds. And so there's a business here. There's something, and what I was telling Adik the One was with this compilations is, I swear to God, there's someone in Hollywood right now that's downloading our videos and making these compilations and showing them to a big bunch of board executives, and they're all like, oh, yeah, they're getting hyped too. Oh, we can feel it. Sorry, that was a parody of something about Battlefield 3. Oh shit, what was that title called? If you guys know what I'm talking about, it was about the guy that made the Battlefield sound, brrr, and he just put it up the mic up his ass, and what was it called? Fuck, it was like Real Video Game Stories or something. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Anyways, yo, check out this dude's Reactorverse. Support him. I'd love to hear your ideas, what you guys think about this. I'm down with it. I'm down with helping the cause. So, united we stand. Reactor power.